what's up, Killas? It is your final girl, Mel, and this is my killer podcast, and damn it, we are going to do it today. We are going to get spooky. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new here, I am not only on YouTube, I am also on Instagram, Letterboxd, TikTok. I have a Patreon and also a Discord group called The Movie Room. Kill that description box below and you will find links to all my socials. Come join me. All right, guys, today I wanted to get into some truly spooky things and we are gonna do a hit list. Yes, it's been a long time since I've done a hit list, but today we're gonna be talking about 10 of the scariest movie moments. Now, I would just like to preface this video with these are in my own humble opinion. I am not doing a ranking. I am not doing a top 10. These are just 10 movie scenes that I personally thought were truly horrifying. What is this? There's nothing more horrifying than this right now. If you think that I had missed one or I left out your favorite horror scene, kill those comments below and tell me about them. And maybe next time I do a hit list, it will be on there. But another thing that I wanted to preface is you will notice that a lot of these movies are pretty mainstream. I did that for a reason. I wanted this list to be fun and enjoyable for everyone. Yes, I could have picked some pretty obscure titles and obscure scenes that a lot of people haven't seen, but is that much fun for you? I don't know. Kill the comments below and let me know. Would you like to see a hit list specifically directed towards more obscure movies? I don't know, but for now, we're gonna talk about these so we can all enjoy. One thing I do want you guys to do is let me know, how bad did these movie moments scare you? All right, we're gonna start off with number 10, and that is the Blair Witch Project. And I think you guys know what scene I am talking about. I am talking about the very end scene with Mike in the corner. I don't know about you guys, but this movie gave me the willies all the way through, but it wasn't until I saw that scene that it all came together to me in my mind and created this horrifying truth that wasn't real, but to me, for some reason, was incredibly real. I don't know. How about you guys? Did this scene terrify you? And it was such a simple scene as well. It's just a guy standing in a corner, no jump scare or anything like that, but highly effective. Next up, we're gonna go to number 9, and that is Insidious, the demon. I don't know why this scene scared me so bad, because honestly, it's very well lit, and the demon doesn't really look all that real, but it's just the way the movie showed it. It was kind of like centered, and then the camera came off, and there it was, and it was horrifying. And the demon itself is just, it's so simplistic, but yet equally scary. What about you guys? How do you feel about this scene? Now, I totally understand that my number 8 is gonna get me some crap in the comments, but hear me out. When you saw this movie for the first time, you cannot say this scene didn't creep you out, and that is Signs, the party alien. This is the scene where everybody's at the party. It's found footage styly. I don't know how the person is recording it. Probably not on their phone, but whatever. And there's something in the bushes and you can't really see it, It really holds on to this scene, building up that anticipation and that thrill. But finally, when you see that alien cross that walkway, it is terrifying. And I think this movie is what put me on the track to actually really liking alien movies and feeling that they're scary. Yes, Alien and Aliens with Sigourney Weaver was already out there, but honestly, those are good sci-fi horror movies, but they didn't really scare me specifically. They were more for gore fest for me, I think, or just good practical effects and stuff like that. But this scene truly scared me. Next up on the list, we are at number 7 with It Follows. And I know what you're thinking. You think I'm gonna be talking about that opening scene with the chick on the beach, right? No, I am talking about the tall man. The moment in the kitchen when the girl is freaking out and then somebody knocks at the door and her friend goes and answers it, and then you see somebody kind of starting to walk through the door, and then all of a sudden it's like this giant man walks in the room. I can't even tell you how effective this scene was, but how simplistic it was also. I mean, it's literally just a super tall man. I think maybe his eyes were blacked out or something, but it was incredibly effective, and the way they shot it, truly horrifying. Number 6 on the list is, I'm going old school here, and you guys might appreciate this. We are talking Pet Sematary, Zelda. I don't even need to say anything else. I feel like you guys already know. This is a horrifying scene. It's not even just one scene, it's multiple scenes throughout the movie. Every time Rachel talks about Zelda in Pet Sematary, it is so horrifying. And I truly believe that if they didn't pick the actor that played that part, I'm gonna flash his name up here because I don't really remember it, but it is a man. And they did a lot of prosthetics on him and dressed him up like a woman. If they wouldn't have done that, I don't know that Zelda would have been quite as effective. I absolutely hate the remake of Pet Sematary. I'm sorry, guys, I just do. But if you check out the Zelda in the remake of Pet Sematary, not as scary. Just not as scary. Next up on the list, we are going Hereditary. And I bet you guys aren't gonna be able to guess which scene I'm talking about, because there are many scenes in Hereditary that were just terrifying. I could have filled a top 10 list of just terrifying scenes in Hereditary. Maybe I should do that. The scene I am talking about is when the brother wakes up in his bedroom. This is sometime after, spoiler alert, he beheads his sister. Creepily in the background, I don't know if some people noticed it right away, or if some people didn't notice it at all, but if you really look at it, in the second that you do see it, you don't see it until you see it. It's one of those scenes, but when you see it, it's horrifying. And it's Toni Collette, the mom, is just hovering in the freaking corner of this room, like right above him, as he's just sitting there all traumatized and everything. It's really effective scene because there's not much to it. It's not a jump scare. It's just this simple placement of a person in the frame of the camera that's truly terrifying, because it's really one of those scenes where you don't see it until you see it, and when you see it, it's horrifying. All right, now we're talking about number 4 on the list. We're going Sinister. This is one of my comfort movies. I absolutely love this movie. I watch it all the time. It's almost disgusting how much I watch this movie. But the specific scene we're talking about in this one is the lawnmower scene. So this scene is truly effective because the camera pans along with the lawnmower and it's facing the grass, and all you see is the grass. And this lawnmower goes for a really long time. And it's just kind of leaving you wondering, what's gonna happen? Where are they going with this? How much longer are we gonna be following this lawnmower until bang! It runs a person over. I can't even remember if it's a body or a person's head. It just automatically appears and then it's gone. And then you're just left to understand the facts of the situation. In your heart, you are left to know that that person just got ran over by a lawnmower. And then all you can think about is what remains after. Terrifying, truly terrifying. It is kind of jump scare-ish in a way. There's not a lot of like gore in this scene. There's not a lot of blood flying and body parts and anything like that. It's just the simple fact that the lawnmower travels over this person, and it happens very quickly. Next up on the list is number 3, and we are going to be talking about Lake Mungo. Now, Lake Mungo, I guess you could say, is a little more obscure on this list, but I put it on here because it's a movie that I have watched recently, and I just remember the part that I'm about to talk about. It really stuck with me, and that is the cell phone footage. So I'm not going to give too much of this movie away because I don't know how many people have actually seen it, but if you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But the premise of this movie is basically a documentary. It does a lot of interviews with these 2 parents, and they're talking about their missing daughter and what led up to her specifically going missing. And they find her cell phone, and as they're going through it, there's this footage on there where it's completely black, and then something is like kind of walking towards the cell phone, but you don't see it, and then all of a sudden it comes up to the cell phone and you see it and you realize what it is. Horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Number 2, The Ring. Yes, you know, the closet scene. Now, specifically, is this scene that terrifying? I don't know. I don't know if it's specifically that terrifying in the ways of prosthetics, if you will. But what is terrifying about this scene is how they cut this movie together. She's talking about the story of this girl they found in this closet, and then all of a sudden it's like it cuts to her being in the closet, and then her head like falls, I think. And I just remember watching this movie, and that scene freaking scared the crap out of me. Now, when I watch the movie back, it's not as terrifying, but that's what a lot of these scenes on this list represent, is like that first time scare is just of epic proportions. All right, guys, if you made it this far, we are about to talk about number 1. Can you guys guess what it is? Can you guess what it is? I don't know, maybe you can. Number 1 is The Conjuring 2, and you know it is the nun painting scene. You guys have heard me talk about it before. The nun is one of my favorite horror characters in like the last 10 years. She was so epically made. The makeup, the outfit, the presence of this woman is terrifying. And as you also know, if you watch my channel, I hated The Nun, the movie. I feel like they did her dirty. I feel like they could have done so many amazing things with that movie and truly made it terrifying, and they just really missed the boat on it. I feel like they missed the boat. They crapped the bed. They could have done something and they didn't do anything. And I'm really upset. But I will always have The Conjuring 2 with her very small part. I mean, she's not in the movie a whole lot. She's in the middle and maybe at the end of the movie, but her part is effective. And it's the scariest scenes in The Conjuring 2 over all of the other shit that happens. All right, guys, that is my hit list, my 10 scariest movie scenes or movie moments. Hit me in the comments below and let me know what 10 movie scenes really scared you. If you liked this list, I'll probably do another one then, because this was really fun to put together. And I can think of 100 more scenes that I left out, but these are the ones that truly scared me, in my own opinion. But I just wanted to thank everybody for getting spooky with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to help support me and my channel and my wild ass hair, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and kill that bell for your girl, and share me with your friends if they need some recommendations of some scary ass movie moments. Give them this list, have them watch all these movies and be terrified by these scenes like I was. If you'd like to go above and beyond and help me even further, log on over to my Patreon and see what's crapping in over there. It just helps keep my dream alive, yourselves entertained, these beautiful lights on in this spooky building. Until the next time we gather, have a spooky Halloween.